welcome back to the channel. Got some good news today. Got me diff back. I did mention in the last video that I was going to go with a True Track LSD, but after talking with a couple mates, or a couple of my boss's mates, just decided to go with an old rear diff out of an N70. The fellow who did it, he got me to pull it apart and had a look at him. I got some videos of that actually. I'll chuck that later on in the video. I just gave it a quick cleanup and he ordered a rebuild kit for the diff and a shim kit for the LSD. And he put that together in his own time and I just paid for it and picked it up last night. And it's in this box here. Same everything as last time. Except you got an LSD there. Today I'm just going to be cleaning that up. Obviously cleaning up the diff housing. This one actually isn't too bad. I think he might have cleaned it as well, but I'll just go over it again, just make sure it's a nice smooth surface. I've got a gasket ready for it and everything. And yeah, I got some diff oil as well, so we should be able to get this one chucked in and have it running and go for a little test drive later on today, which will be very exciting. So let's rip in. Alright, so this is an LSD that one of my boss's mates has, and I'm just over here now and he's showing me how to pull it apart. There's the clutch pack for it on one side, there's the other side for it. This is my diff here, and yeah, I'm just cleaning up some of the parts and should be going back together pretty soon. And then we're thinking about throwing a bearing kit in that because the pinion and crown wheel are fairly decent in this one, and it's got minor backlash, more so than the other diff that we had that already had an LSD in it. So yeah, that's looking better, and we'll just hopefully chuck this in there. Rightio, so there's the diff center. I just gave him a quick clean there. Well, not really quick, did actually spend a bit of time on it. It is a bit annoying doing it on the ground, but that's what I've got, so can't complain. See if I can. Yeah, I was obviously focusing a lot more on this bottom half of the diff housing. Don't want any oil leaks here. Want to do it once and do it right. But yeah, I just used a razor blade to scrape off the bulk of the gasket. A lot of it came off quite easily, which is nice. And then used a bit of emery tape to rough it up and take off a bit of stuff, and then some Scotch-Brite to clear it up a bit. And then just a bit of brake cleaner around it and just clean it with a rag. So yeah, I'll probably do a quick go over with the actual diff center, but I think it's pretty good, so I won't spend too much time on that. Then I'll slap the gasket on here and yeah, just throw the diff in. Rightio, so now that I've got the housing and the actual diff center cleaned up on the surfaces, I've got the gasket on, pulled the axles out, I shall now chuck him on. It's going to be a bit heavier than last time, seeing as it's got a little bit more in the center of the diff. Take two. Go anti-clockwise a little bit, hitting on your bolts. Oh, okay. There we go. Woo! Quite heavy. I was hoping that thing didn't blow drop on me. Righto. Now, I'll put a couple of these washers and nuts on. Just do them up. A couple threads, or finger tight, whatever. Go around, make sure that gasket's alright. Okay, so I've got the diff in, got all the nuts on, they're all tight, and I'll push the shafts in and did up them 4 nuts. Now I'll just chuck this drive shaft in and then do up the little 12 mils for the handbrake line on either side. Put the hard line in for the brake fluid, and then chuck the drums back on, chuck the wheels back on, take the brake line clamp off, and then just do a little gravity bleed at the rear. You shouldn't need to bleed out too much. Yeah, and then after that, I should be good to get him off the jack. So too easy, let's get into it. Now that that's done, I'll move on to these handbrake lines, hard lines for the brake fluid, and jumps. Let's get into it. I've got some CAS limited slip differential oil, 80/90. This was given to me by my boss. He just had some spare, and he just said, yeah, go for it. Well, it's 2 litres. I can't see, I think it's on the back. But yeah, luckily this takes 2 litres as well. And this doesn't exactly fit, but as long as it can sit on there, I'll just let him sit there. And hopefully I can just...
Don't know where you get that money. She says don't ask, I won't tell. My head's filled with lots of nothing. Come on, you must think something of it. Holding love to pour out. Break apart without a sound.
You can stop recording. Let's drink the rest. Okay, drink the rest. I went out last night and it feels really good, feels really sturdy. Took it off on the dirt where it was nice and open, and yeah, it felt really good. And no noises, no nothing. And I've just checked there, I don't see any dripping there. So I'm happy with the way I've done my gasket there. I'm all good with that. Could probably do with a proper clean, but I might take it into the shop in this following week just to do a quick oil change on it, because I haven't changed the oil and it is a bit low. It's only got like, it looks like it's about half a litre under. So not too bad, but still needs a bit of oil. And yeah, I'll give it a proper clean, but no, I'm happy with that and it feels really great. Now that I've finished this diff, I'll be able to save up a bit of money and start looking at building this motor. Just probably a top end and a turbo. That's today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.